So today I'm taking the link into downtown Seattle and I'm going on this for the very first time since it's been finished. I'm taking it from the downtown Redmond station all the way into probably like Chinatown International District, or if there's a downtown station, I'll figure that out. But I'm so excited. This is one of those things that should have been open when I was here.
Growing up in the Seattle area, that was the one thing that was lacking when I was here. A thorough public transportation system. Now with the link, it's actually so convenient if you live on the east side to get into the city and you don't want to drive, because parking is a pain and it gets expensive. I will say it's a little bit slow, like the New York City subway is so much faster. However, I'm always pro public transportation, so I will be taking this whenever I'm in Seattle, and hopefully more people start to take it and it helps with the traffic, because this time around when I went, traffic was so bad. I ended up getting off at the Westlake Center and I tried to pop by Ludi's. Of course there was a line even on the weekdays.
Okay, change of plans. They don't have what I want on the weekdays. They have the ube pancakes only on Fridays to Sundays, so I have to come back and we're gonna find something else to eat along Pike, which is where we are now. Okay, here is our first stop, getting into line. Here is their menu. So we're deciding this is turning into a tourist day in Seattle instead, which is fun. The weather is so nice and there's so many people out and about.
So Proshki is an Eastern European bakery that is based in Seattle, and it's somewhere I always make a stop by if I'm at Pike Place Market, because their pastries are so fresh and delicious. They have a bunch of savory and sweet options to pick from.
Look at all these flowers. They're so pretty. I haven't had a pierogi in so long. I got two, one savory and one sweet. This is a smoked salmon one.
I think you have to go down to
They're so good. The inside is stuffed with this like smoked salmon pate with cream cheese, and there's dill on the outside. They're just so fresh, and that's what matters. The chocolate mousse is like super thick. That's delicious. They've like completely reconstructed the waterfront here, and it looks so different from when I was growing up. The Ferris wheel's over there. It's nice. You have some seats here. You can just overlook the water. So pretty. Oh. Wow.
Me and my mom ended up doing a big loop around the waterfront, and we decided to stop by Ivar's, which we haven't been to in like over a decade. However, I would not recommend this to you guys. Even though it's like an iconic Seattle spot that's been open for like 80 years or something like that, it was not very good. You can definitely find better quality fish and chips and chowder elsewhere. For example, Pike Place Chowder in Pike Place is amazing. Our next stop was Hellenica for some dessert.
I've been to Hellenica before, and I remember getting the ube coconut. I don't know if I should try a different flavor or go with the same one. So I ended up getting the London Fog flavor. It's like Earl Grey with something else. I can't put my finger on it, but the texture is super creamy. They churn it in these like buckets that you can see. This is the first Starbucks, and there's just always a line. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. Personally, I will never understand it. Also finished my ice cream from Hellenica, and now we're gonna walk through Pike and go down to the market part. Get all of this seafood, $40 to $50 a pound. The infamous gum wall. They cleaned it actually a couple years ago, and it has been rebuilt. Just Seattle things. I've never really understood this, but it's been here for like forever.
Took the link back home and called it a day. I feel like every time I come to Seattle, I need to do a little touristy day and just see what's new around.
So on today's agenda in Seattle, we are starting off the morning going to the Flower Box. I've been wanting to try these donuts for years now, and they're so hard to get your hands on. The line is always so long. I decided I'm committing today because, you know, The last couple times I failed when I was in Seattle. I'm getting there on a Thursday morning, a little bit before opening, and let's see what the vibes are.
Without fail, there will always be a line here, I'm convinced. On a Thursday morning around 10 a.m., this is what I was working with. If you've ever heard of the Flower Box, they started as a pop-up actually in 2015, and they've had this storefront in Rainier for like 5 years now. On their Instagram, they have a pinned post that gives a whole spiel about why their donuts are so limited, and they say they're making as much as they physically can. To make these brioche donuts is a 3-day process, so it is a labor of love, but I understand waiting in this line is not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
Here is my box of donuts. I got all 4. They had 4 flavors today. I think it is typically 4. There's a cornbread, sweet corn, blueberry yuzu matcha, and blueberry yuzu, and then matcha cream. I'm gonna start with the sweet corn one. They're so cute. They're really bouncy and soft. Definitely super fresh. 还可以的吧？里头的 cream 也不是非常甜。First impression, the brioche outside is very, very fresh. This one's filled with jam. Some of them are filled with cream. This one is the matcha cream. Yum. You guys know I love a food tour, and today I'm exploring a neighborhood that I've never food crawled through before.
I was up late one night looking for fun things I haven't tried yet in New York City on the TripAdvisor app, and I came across a few different food tour options through neighborhoods like Chinatown, Little Italy, and Greenwich Village. The one that actually caught my eye was this Chelsea Market and Highline guided food tour. I realized I don't frequent this neighborhood, so I knew this was the one I wanted to book. We hit 4 different food spots just within Chelsea Market. I have so much fun doing tours like this because they're structured and planned out for me, which relieves the stress of planning each destination. In between food spots, we had plenty of time to explore the market ourselves.
We're headed to the second food hall of the day.
We hit 2 more spots at the food court inside Pier 57, including Noma Tea Parlor. This is the oldest dim sum shop in New York City. Finished off with a little passion fruit tea, which was great on a hot day. The last hour of the tour was a lovely walk along the Chelsea High Line. We walked all the way up to Hudson Yards and finished there. If you want to explore a city or a new city, TripAdvisor is a great way to do so. So this is the Seattle Japanese Garden. I've actually never been here before. The admission to enter is $10 for adults, and it's super well preserved. It's very beautiful. I think it looks different every season, and they're only open March to November each year, so during the winter time they're closed. Wow, it is beautiful. I'm spending the day with my mom. Bless you. So for lunch, I tried this spot called Rainier Teriyaki. I got a chicken teriyaki. It looks so good. Teriyaki is such a Seattle food. I feel like it didn't originate here, but it's just eaten so much. And like New York City has bagel and pizzas, Seattle has teriyaki joints. It's a classic thing that I grew up eating. It's something that you should definitely try if you ever come to Seattle. If it has good reviews, it's probably solid. There's so many different places you could go to. I made a stop into U Village because I was quite literally overheating in the jeans and con top that I was wearing. So I wanted to change into a little summer dress. I had an event to go to in the evening in Seattle, so had some time to kill. Did some shopping around. Once the dress was acquired, I made my way to Beacon Hill, and I was going to dinner at a spot called Family Friend down there. My friend recommended their burger, and sadly she couldn't make it. She was supposed to have dinner with me, but ended up having a nice solo dinner here. She said that I should try the burger. It's called the Kids QP Burger and Truffle Fries. It sounds really yummy. There's high quality beef patty, miso, onions, cheese, pickles, shoestring fries, and truffle oil. Yum.
I'm excited. I think I'm gonna get that burger and maybe a drink and call it a night. I've been like eating a lot because when I go on trips, I like to just squeeze in as much as I can, but realistically that does not make me feel good. So I'm gonna keep it simple today and just get a burger. No apps, no sides. Well, it comes with a side of fries, but other than that, here's my food. I got a Guinness to drink, non-alcoholic. Came in a acai glass, which is interesting. My truffle fries, which smells so good. I got a double patty QP burger and then homemade banana ketchup. Here's what the burger looks like. It is stuffed. These truffle fries are so good. The homemade banana ketchup is also really, really yummy. The burger has this really nice peppery flavor.
After dinner, I went over to Capitol Hill to Elliott Bay Book Company because my friend Matt was doing a little book signing and conversation. This is in conversation with Grant and Kenji. Kenji, who I've been watching for years, so super cool to see him in person.
Today is Saturday and it is supposedly salmon days in the Ballard Locks. That's where I am right now and I want to go check it out. I already see a ton of people looking. So far no fish in sight, but we'll see. It's a little bit cloudy today, but oh, the air feels so good. Look at all those people over there. This is the Ballard Locks fish ladder.
There were indeed so many fish. You can go into the ladder and view from this window, but from up above, it took me a minute to actually spot the fish because of like the reflective glare of the sun. But once I located them, it was amazing. The fish were huge. I believe I overheard someone say this time of year it's Chinook salmon. They have a couple different times of year where different salmon come and swim upstream, but the whole life cycle of a salmon is just truly so fascinating.
Once they get past this zone, they swim through like Lake Union and then through Puget Sound, I believe, and then they'll end up in like a river to spawn, and then ultimately once they spawn they die, but that's just like the life cycle of the salmon. And oh my gosh, that was so cool.
Had lunch at a spot called Un Bien in Ballard, and for me this is a Seattle must try. If you ever visit Seattle, put this on your list. They have a couple locations now. I love to get the Caribbean roast, which is the sandwich #1, but they have a full list of sandwiches you can choose from. Everything here is phenomenal. If they have corn when you go, definitely get their corn too. Just such a good sandwich. They were voted like #1 sandwich by some publication and I completely back that. For the rest of the afternoon, I had a little family barbecue with some of my favorite foods of all time, including lamb skewers. Such good vibes. The weather was perfect. The sun came out. This is like one of my favorite ways to spend a summer evening.
It's like my second to last day here in Seattle. I'm on my way into the city, taking the link obviously. I'm like still so confused by their system because like the little pay stations are so off to the side where it can be super easily missed and people just don't like pay. So I guess it's like somewhat of an honor system here, but oh, here comes the train.
My first stop of the day was obviously to get some caffeine.
Okay, so I got a strawberry matcha from a place called Taz Matcha. It's right across the street from Westlake Center, and I'm just sitting in this nice little park. This is pretty good. I honestly am still trying to figure out if I actually fully like matcha. I love, love, love coffee, but I think like sometimes matcha can be a little bit too earthy for me. I just prefer like I prefer a matcha with a nice cream top versus like I think a fruity jam. But this is still really good. I can tell the matcha quality is good. I think like once in a while for a treat, yes, but honestly, I need to start watching how many drinks I get out like a week because it's just so unnecessary. And at home I do have a coffee machine, so I don't really get drinks as frequently in New York City. Just so pricey. Honestly, this time coming back to Seattle, I don't feel like it's cheaper than New York City whatsoever. If anything, it's like up to par with how much it costs in Manhattan. And like there are places in Queens and stuff that are way more affordable. That's like what I love about New York City is there are really expensive places, but you can also find really cheap and like humble restaurants that are so good. I'll rate it a 6 out of 10.
Took the bus over to Fremont because I really wanted to try this restaurant called Local Tide. I've just heard about it for years and a couple of you guys also recommended it to me. It's a local seafood restaurant and of course there was a line when I got there. Granted it was a weekend, but it moved somewhat fast. Once I got to the front, they told me I was going to sit at the counter, which is my favorite personal place to sit when I'm dining solo. I wanted to try their crab roll, but they sold out. They only do like 60 to 70 a day and it's weekends only, but that's okay. I tried 2 other things. I tried their shrimp toast and their albacore tuna sandwich. The shrimp toast was good, but it was unfortunately a little too oily. I feel like oily is one of those characteristics that really deters me from liking a dish to the like fullest extent because it just becomes a little bit heavy for me to enjoy. I love the albacore tuna sandwich. The fish was phenomenal. The bread was super crunchy. Overall, very, very good sandwich. During my meal, I was able to see the tickets since I was sitting at the counter. I literally started dying because I saw one of the tickets said Bar Solo Lady. And I wonder who that could be for.
There's a little Fremont street fair that I came to check out. It was like 2 blocks away from the restaurant and it's really nice. There's like food trucks and like a bunch of stalls selling clothes and jewelry. Definitely a good place to shop, but honestly I don't need to be spending more money, so I'm just looking. I'm just chilling by the water. It's such a lovely day. Oh my gosh, I just love to watch the boats and the water is so peaceful. Look at these bikers.
This path is super nice. That is all for my Seattle vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.